In a time when knowledge was scarce, when medicine was misunderstood, and when fear was stronger than truth, a child was born with a mystery no one could explain. This is the story of Amara, the child the village called a witch. A story of pain, of ignorance, and of truths waiting to be revealed. Amara came into this world with joy. Her mother held her close, whispering, "My daughter shall be called Amara, the one who brings grace." The family celebrated her birth. Neighbors danced. The midwife smiled. To everyone, she was simply a fragile, beautiful child. But hidden within her small body was a silent struggle. A struggle that neither her family nor her village could ever imagine. As she grew, Amara was different. While other children ran freely across the fields, Amara sat quietly, too weak to join them. At night, her cries pierced the silence. Her legs swelled. Her fevers burned. Her body writhed in pain her parents could not soothe. Her mother tried herbs. Her father whispered prayers. Yet nothing worked. What they did not know was that Amara's blood carried a secret, a condition the world would one day call sickle cell. But in those days, it was a mystery that bred fear. Fear began to spread. The villagers whispered, "No child cries so much and survives. No child falls sick every week and still lives. This is not illness," they said, "it is witchcraft." And so, little by little, the family was cast aside. Friends stopped visiting. Neighbors refused to share food or water. Amara, once celebrated, became the child everyone avoided. She sat alone as other children played, her eyes full of longing. Her mother wept in silence, asking, "Why us? Why my child?" One night, anger grew in the hearts of the villagers. They gathered under the moonlight, voices sharp with fear. "This child is not normal," shouted one. "She brings bad luck," cried another. "Our harvests fail, our families suffer because of her." The decision was made. The king would be told. The family would face judgment. And so a group of men went to the palace. They bowed before the king and spoke with trembling voices. "O great king, this family harbors a witch child. Misfortune has visited our land because of her. We demand exile." The king listened, his eyes heavy with thought. But in truth, he did not understand either. The next morning, the king's messengers arrived at the family's hut. "By order of the king," they said, "you are to present yourselves tomorrow at the palace. The matter of your child will be judged." Fear gripped the parents. The mother clutched Amara to her chest. Tears streamed down her face. "What crime have we committed?" she asked. "Is it a sin to have a sick child?" But there was no answer. And so the family prepared for the longest walk of their lives. Through the village they went, heads bowed in shame, while whispers chased them like shadows. "There goes the witch child. They bring curses upon us." Amara, weak and trembling, held tightly to her mother's hand. At last they reached the palace gates. The king's court was full. Villagers shouted. The king prepared to speak, but before a word was uttered, Amara gasped for breath and collapsed. The crowd gasped. Some shouted, "See, the witch shows her power." Others whispered, "No, she is dying." The mother screamed, clutching her daughter. The father begged for help, but the villagers only backed away in fear, afraid even to touch the child. The king raised his hand. Silence fell. He looked down at the frail girl lying motionless at the palace gates, and for the first time, doubt clouded his judgment. In his heart, the king wrestled with two voices.
one voice of fear. The people demand exile. If I do not act, they will turn against me. The other, a whisper of compassion. This is but a child. Can a child truly bring curses upon a whole land? His advisors urged him. One said, banish them, great king, before the evil spreads. Another cautioned, but look closely. Her pain is real. This is not witchcraft. The king stared at Amara. Her chest rose and fell faintly. The decision grew heavier by the moment. Then, from the edge of the crowd, an old traveler stepped forward. His voice was calm yet commanding. O king, forgive my boldness. But I have seen this before. In distant lands, I have watched children fall into pain, their bodies weak and frail. Yet no witchcraft was found. It is a sickness of the blood. The villagers gasped. A sickness? They murmured. The king narrowed his eyes. Explain. The old man spoke. These children cry in pain because their blood is not like ours. Their bodies fight battles we cannot see. It is not curses, it is not spirits, it is illness. Whispers filled the air. Some shook their heads in denial. Others leaned forward, curious. The crowd split into two. Some shouted, lies! He defends a witch. Others said, but what if he speaks truth? Have we judged wrongly? Fear wrestled with curiosity. Ignorance battled with the first sparks of understanding. And in the middle of it all lay Amara, her small body trembling, clinging desperately to life. The king rose from his throne. His voice carried across the courtyard. Enough! Whether witch or sickness, no child shall be cast away to die. I command that this child be kept in the palace for 7 days. We shall see with our own eyes if she is cursed or simply ill. The villagers murmured. Some bowed reluctantly. Others looked fearful. The mother wept with relief, whispering, thank you, great king. But the father's eyes held worry. 7 days could mean life or death. And so Amara was taken into the palace. By night, she shivered in fever. By day, she cried out in pain. The king watched silently, troubled by what he saw. The old traveler tended to her, giving herbs, wiping her brow. Yet still, the illness did not leave her. On the 7th night, a messenger ran into the king's chamber, breathless. Great king, the child, she grows weaker. She may not survive until morning. The king's heart pounded. The crowd waited outside, demanding answers. Was this truly illness, or the final proof of witchcraft?
Subscribe and join us for the next chapter where fear, hope, and truth collide. Thanks for watching. See you in part 2